Okay, so I decided to do another one of these videos. I just don't feel like listening to anything. Normally when I'm doing some painting, I listen to either obviously music or just some sort of podcast, which I'm not big on any whole lot of podcasts. There's only a couple ones I listen to, and I don't really venture out in too many podcasts. I don't know. But we're going to pick it up. Well, if you haven't seen the video before this one, I painted all these everything on here black first where it looks dark, and then we went in and we hit it with some this gunmetal, and the gauntlet here we went in with the gray metallic from Extreme Sheen Deco Art. This is a good line. After I did that, I went in with the silver that I got bananas over. For some reason I was so excited to do the silver, but I think I need to hit it again just a little bit. But before we do that, before we get to these gauntlets, I think I'm going to use some dark wash on it and then hit it with some silver. But for right now, we're focusing on the brown, the leather straps going around the legs, and now his utility belt or his holster belt or whatever belt. I was going to go in with some leather brown. I like leather brown. I love Lejo's Model Air. That's one of the go-tos when it goes to airbrushing. But I've always used, like on here, I've always used like this here. Let me take this off. I've always used burnt umber or raw umber, whatever over top of black, and just looks so much natural with a brown. I don't know why, I just really like the brown. It's crazy. I did this one about a year or so ago, painted it black, went in with some gunmetal, and I bought this. I went out and got this specifically for this build, but come to find out, in the store it looked really well for my red spots, and when I got it home, it's a little more plum than I wanted it to be, but this is a nice color. I'll still use it sooner or later. But after that, I went down to the game preserve that's down the road there and got me some gemstone red specifically for this. This is more or less true to the color of what's going on here. Over top of black, of course. Turned out really well. That's what I used, and I used a satin, which I'll probably use on his gauntlets as well when we're done. I love matte. I love matte coats. I love a matte look, but sometimes the project can't go with a matte. So I did use some satin on the silver. This is the Vallejo silver that I used on where you see silver. And I clear coated some of the reds, not all the red, not his chest. I mean, yeah, I did here, not his cloth here, but the skull on his leg and the skulls here. This video is on the channel if you want to check it out, the full build. But I bring that up because I was thinking about having him, some sort of diorama fighting my favorite G.I. Joe character, Barbecue, which I said I had another one in the last video. I do. I even bring him out. It's like, I'm going to check him out, but this is what he looked like before. I just don't. Nah, the whole blue, the blue doesn't work well for me when it comes to the color. So I think when I was thinking about this Warhammer figure, I might have a diorama done with this particular Batman with this head sculpt that I printed out. Maybe do something with that. But when I do the head sculpt, I'm going to practice on this one, because this is kind of a no, this one's the bad one. This is the good one. But you can see the hole in his cowl right here. There's a little tiny imperfection. If you can see it, you can probably see it now. This is the good one. This is the one it didn't go too well because my plate wasn't properly leveled at the time. So I'm going to practice on the one that came out less how it's supposed to look. I'm losing a lot track of words. I'm not going to edit this too much. I'm going to leave my mess ups in there. I'm going to keep going. So back to the Batman. The heavy metal Batman, we're going to go with brown today. Like I said, I changed my mind. I got a burnt umber here, but I wonder, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm going to go, what we're going to do here is I think I'm going to go with the raw umber first. It's darker. I think I'm going to go with that first, and then come in with maybe some of this burnt umber that's a little bit lighter, of course, and a little more reddish tint in this leather brown last. Because why I'm going to do that is because I think these things here, whatever they are, for the tactical look of the legs on here, I just don't want to leave them black. So we're going to go everything with raw umber first. We're going to do that first. So maybe we'll just do one leg. I don't know. Maybe not. No, we're just going to, you know what, instead of jumping the gun, I'm kind of enjoying doing this while I'm talking and just talking with the camera on, and don't really feel like listening to music or anything. But we're going to start, even though I said I was going to start with some leather brown and then I was going to start with some burnt umber. You know what? I'm going right back to where I always go back. I never change up anything. We're going to go in and we're going to see what it looks like with the raw umber. I really like raw umber brown. I don't know why. Brown's kind of a boring color, but when it comes to tactical stuff and holsters and old school holsters and leather, I think it's go with this base first. I think that but you know what? I shouldn't even say that. I shouldn't even say that. We shouldn't go with it first. You know what we got to do first? Here's what we got to do first. I completely forgot about it until I just got here, or just started with the brown. We're going gunmetal first. I know, you're probably saying, didn't we just do this yesterday? Very tad bit, very, very, if I can get it out without wasting it. I don't know why it's not coming out. There we go. Very little bit. Don't even need hardly anything on the end of the brush. Because this front part here, I want that to be metal look. And I don't want it yellow, like a typical Batman utility belt, where the yellow or the gold or whatever it may be would be the highlight feature on the belt. So we're going to go with that, and I'm going to hit these little knives back here, which I think they're knives, but they're going to be something now. Whatever they are, they're going to be metal now. So these little containers I'm not sure about, so I'm just going to hit these hit this utility belt part. Let me see here, just real lightly. That way we'll come back. I don't have to work. I don't have to do this and then put the raw umber on. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do this. Do this first, and then we'll hit it with the raw umber. Yeah, there we go. Hit that one there. Real subtle, not a big deal. Come back here with these. I'm guessing. I don't know what these are. I think they're. Man, you can tell me. I don't know. I don't know what they are. I think they're knives. I think. Could be wrong. I don't know what they are. Well, they're going to be knives now. Whatever they are, they're metal, I guess. So that's kind of the only thing I wanted to do before I started on the raw umber. I figure I can hit the brown around this and cover up whatever I went past the front of that. But leave it like that. We can always come back and hit it with some little more silver. So we're going to dry this. I'm going to get this out here, clean this off, always clean off the brush immediately. And then now we're going to go into, let's finally go into the raw umber. Let's go into the raw umber now. See how this turns out. I don't know. This probably could be a metal piece right there. You know, I'm going to do that. I know this sounds. I know I'm back and forth. Oh man, here I think that could be metal. That looks like a clip. I know it sounds dumb. I know I'm like, what are you doing? I know. I think that could be metal, man. See, now we'll go around that. We'll go around that. I know that was dumb, but I didn't want to miss that little bit of it. It's so, What I do like about McFarlane toys that I'm also going to miss, like yesterday we talked about the diaper that I'm going to miss. I do miss the detail that they have. They have a lot of detail to offer when it came to the McFarlane line. You can't deny that, whether you're a McFarlane fan or not. You can't deny that. I mean, the detail that had on the, a lot of times when I was doing some customs, man, I didn't even know the detail was there until I got under the I'm not wearing them right now, but the microscope things, the real detailed stuff where you wear these glasses with the lenses on the front, the detachable lenses for different lens options. So that's what I'm saying, man. I'm gonna miss that. I'm really gonna miss that. I mean, regardless whether you like McFarlane toys or not, or was never a fan or whatever, it was always the higher end looking toy to me. I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I mean, to me, it was always the higher end looking toy. I mean, he got sloppy here, I think, by using, the same the same buck over and over and over again. I get it. I know what you're saying. I get it. I understand. Because I agree with you, man. I agree. I mean, he got lazy towards the end of the run here, in my opinion. That's just, my opinion. It's a shame. Now, let's pretend he was going to keep it. What if he keeps it? That'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? I mean, would that be nuts or what? I doubt I know that's not going to happen, but I'm just saying, what if? Would he still, where would he go from here? Where's he going to go? I mean, I really, as a kid and now, who doesn't love Batman, right? Who doesn't love Batman? But at the same time, how many Batmans do we need, man? How many Batmans do we need? We don't need, in my opinion, as many as the Batmans that he put out, in my opinion. I'm way too wet on this. I'm gonna have to stop, slow down here myself, and let this get a coat on here. Let it dry. Let it come back. I'm trying to rush the process. Can't do that, man. And you're probably saying the raw umber doesn't even do anything. It definitely sets up the base, man. It definitely sets up the base, because after you come back and you actually get this, it working and where you need it to be, and you hit it with some dry brushing with a lighter brown, like that burnt umber or something, that's where, I'm telling you, that's where it comes together. But back to the McFarlane thing, I may have to put that in the description or the title, that what if McFarlane keeps the license, which we know, obviously, he's not. And do I want him to now? No, I think it's time to move on. I like it that we're going to get other options. I just hope those options aren't, I hope they're better than what we've had, which I don't really think, so to speak, this figures are going to be better than what we have. Equally as good? I don't know. I hope so. I say I don't think they're going to be as better that we had, because when I first saw McFarlane put out the DC Multiverse, I was like, oh my God, finally, I've been waiting years, man, because back in the day, a long time ago, which is a long time ago, and I'm still going too wet on this, you got to move on. I don't know why I'm staying there. A long time ago, when I used to walk through Toys R Us, I used to see the McFarlane football toys they had no articulation. And I've always thought to myself, when we had Spawn and he was doing the sports thing, I was like, man, can he just do the superhero stuff? And it wasn't like I'm trying to say, oh, I'm the first one. No, of course not. I didn't think of it that way. I didn't think, well, you know what? I think I'm creating a milestone here. I'm gonna predict that, or not a milestone, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna predict that McFarlane's gonna come in And he's going to come in, he's going to make all these DC characters, and you know, it's going to be awesome and all this other stuff. I just always thought, why doesn't he do superhero stuff? Because I tell you, back in the 90s, man, figures weren't that good. You got to admit that. Figures weren't that good, man. You know that, man. I mean, what we had, it was like, okay, we're grateful for what we have, and I was like, kind of got out of it then, you know. I was like, I don't know, man, it's not happening, you know. I don't know, just saying, but it wasn't too good back then, if you remember. If you were around. If not, then I get it. You weren't even born yet or something like that, but or too young to be able to take yourself to the store and buy yourself action figures, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of white knuckling, so to speak. When is it Hasbro or Mattel? I don't know. One of the two. I don't care. I don't follow it anymore because I don't care. I care, but I don't care. I just want to see it. I know they a couple of videos about the leaks that's going to be the first ones. The Joker, Batman, Robin. You know, I get it, but I'm kind of white knuckling, just waiting to see what it's going to look like, you know, so to speak, for the figure of speech. Like you're white knuckling when you start spinning out in the snow and your car goes out of control. Kind of like that. I'm kind of scared to see what it is, and I know that sounds dumb as a grown man sitting in his basement with relatively cheap acrylic paint as he's painting a toy. I know that sounds dumb, but that's just the way that's the fact of the matter. See, it's coming to life now. The brown is coming to life. You got to give this a chance when you go over black. I don't like it over white. It just looks better on black. It gives that deep look, you know. And all this sculpt here, all the opportunity is there for a lighter brown. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Marvel's going to do this. And I don't think a lot of people care for some reason on the YouTube community. I think a lot of people are okay with the way Marvel, you know, I'm not saying it's bad, they're getting better. I do like that Gamerverse stuff, but I really like that Gamerverse stuff, man. I got a couple different, I got the Punisher and the Venom and the Captain America and Nick Fury. I do like. Man, I really do like that Gamerverse. I know I keep saying that, but I mean, especially when it's over, you know, when Todd's going down the road and he's coming out with those statues. Those comic book statues are kind of neat, but to be honest with you, man, that's not my thing. That's not my thing. I mean, if that's your thing and you like them, keep on it. You know what I mean? Just do your thing. That's perfect. But that's just not my thing. So I know, I messed up right there. We can get that in a minute. I sealed this right before I started this morning. Well, I sealed it this morning, but now it's later in the afternoon. So I let it dry for quite a bit of time, a few hours, 4 or 5 hours. So that's clearly a mess up. I can make that pouch brown. I'm going to make a couple of these pouches brown, but I don't know which ones. I'm not sure if I will, because his pamper is brown. His the pamper is the best way to describe it. I mean green. I'm sorry. Why am I say brown? His pamper is going to be green. So that I don't know yet, and I know it's not. I don't know which ones I want brown. And I don't know which ones I want to keep green. But I'll probably have to go in with a darker green, though, for the pouch. That's what I'm going to have to do, because I don't want it to clash with the pamper, see? This is the pamper. This is olive green. This one here is an army green. So I'm going to go in anyway and hit, not today, but whatever one I keep. Probably going to keep this one green. This one green. This one brown, that one brown. So we might as well hit those, I guess. You know what? Let's do that. Let's just do it right now. Let's just hit it brown. I'm not sure how this, because I wasn't sure which one I wanted brown when I started painting the utility belt slash tactical belt. I wasn't sure which one I wanted it to be. I probably could have went over and hit these black already, but I didn't. That smoke grenade or that container right there can be like a red, dark red, I think, just to make something look weird on the belt, just so it pops, I think. This is going to take several coats with this. So I don't know yet. Let's see how this goes. See how much brighter that brown is when you don't go over black? I just love it over the black. And I know because it's a lighter color. I know that's why it's lighter. I love these dark browns over black. I love it. Because when you hit it with some lighter browns, like I said, man, it really keeps that depth in there. So we're going to leave this here to let set to dry. Let's go to this one. Let's go up here. Let's go up here. I think I'm going to hit some of these. Hit these brown. I'm going to hit this all brown. Boy, this is the first time in a long time I didn't take my time and mask everything off. I would if it was I just didn't want to. I wanted, because this is a rough area, I don't need it to be super smooth, you know? We don't need it to be super smooth, man. This will work. I need to get away from saying if it's not airbrushed it doesn't look good. But at the same time, I don't have the experience to make my brush skills look like they were sprayed. Some people can do that. I don't mind not having that kind of like hardcore skill where I can make my, because that's patience, man. You got to go light, 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 light. But it's not hard. It's just patience, man. Sometimes my patience isn't too good when it comes to doing this, and it doesn't make sense because why did I pick up the hobby if I don't have patience? See that little clip? You know how you get those, I'm leaving that black. Because a lot of times, you know, those clips are black on the, those plastic clips. They're usually black. We're keeping that black. I don't know if it's going to be, we'll find out later when we get to the end. Right now they're going to stay black. And then, I don't know if I should keep that. You know what we might do? I know it's whatever. I might just leave this top one black. You know what I mean? Just the one top one. We're going to do that for now. Just leave that one black. And I'll touch it up and maybe do a little, get a little real dark gray, maybe hit it with the light brush it like we did yesterday with these here. But I'm thinking just that, because that looks like that looks like a nylon belt, like a real tactical belt, not a strap to me. Maybe I'm wrong. But we're going to go in right now and we're going to go and hit these. We're going to hit these belts. These are different kind of buckles, see? I think that's more or less, yeah, let me get on screen so you can see it. Let's stay out of screen, yeah. Show people what you're doing, but put it off the camera. Don't put it on the camera. Yeah, put it off camera where they can't see it. That's what I would do. That's a good idea. And why am I using this big-ass brush on this tiny little belt? I don't know. I can see I already went out of bounds here. See what I mean? It can't be out of bounds, man. It's got to be in there. And you're probably saying to yourself, man, you're really wasting a lot of time on something that you have to coat several times. Well, you're right. You're right about that. But the end result, to me, that's the only way I can get it there for the look I'm looking for. I'm sure there's other people and there's other ways to get there easier. I just don't know it. This is just trial and error. You have to build this color up on black, obviously, because it's a dark brown. So obviously it's going to be several coats, but I don't know. even the strap has, you know, indentations like it's being pulled tight around the leg. And I hate to sound like this, but I don't think Marvel's gonna. I don't think the newer Hasbro or Mattel. I don't know who's got the contract. One of the two. Well, let's just say, just for sake of argument, whoever's got the next contract after Todd McFarlane, you know, steps away from the DC Multiverse, I don't think it's going to have this much sculpt into it, in my opinion. Which is kind of sucks, you know. I mean, to be honest, it kind of sucks. But man, as long as they look good, man. But I don't know, with 3D printing, people doing stuff at home, and amateurs and people that are advanced at 3D printing, have advanced machines, I don't understand why we should have better. We should have better, meaning we shouldn't say, okay, Speedball, his body for Marvel Legends, if you're familiar with it, that's Spider-Man's body at one point. They used that body for everything. I get it, but I'm not saying they can't use the same body for different people, like the Riddler. It was a big thing with McFarlane. The Riddler, one of the Riddlers, the one with the green, and I bought it. I'm unfortunately an inbox collector, and I kept it in a box, and I didn't notice it until somebody was complaining about McFarlane. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Let me watch. I like that kind of stuff. Let me see what they're saying. I can't remember the name of the channel. I wish I could, but I don't remember. It's been a while. So that Riddler's body they used with Blue Beetle, and the Riddler he had a boot line but didn't have boots. So he's starting to slack too, man. But anyway, not negative. I hope it's going to be a good thing. It'd be nice. It will be nice for things to be in scale, though. You know, it will be nice. I'm excited for that. So as long as they don't get too high price, you know, it won't be bad. You know, I mean, I know they're already going up in price, but it won't be bad. So we're going to keep going here. This is working. See that? Went out of line, man. I should have my, I'll have to come in and clean up anyway. But I try not to have too much cleanup, you know? Which I'm sure everybody does. Who says, well, I want to paint something and come back and clean it up, you know? Which it's inevitable. You're going to have to clean up, you know? There's unless you're remarkable, which I'm sure some people are, but I'm not. So I'm gonna have some cleanup. Unfortunately, sometimes it's more than I want to do, but that's because that's just the way it is, I guess, man. I mean, and I don't buy real crazy. See, that's starting to look good, man. That's starting to look good. I don't buy really crazy expensive brushes or crazy expensive airbrushes. I buy these here, right here. I think this came in a pack for like $4 for several of them. You use them when they start flaring up, just throw them away, man. As when I started customizing, or trying to, when I got started into the DC Multiverse line, when it first kind of came out, is when I first started trying to customize stuff and tear things apart and realize that the DC Multiverse from McFarlane Toys, it's very user-friendly when it comes to taking apart, putting back together, alternating parts, cutting the parts, and most importantly, painting the parts. So, I don't know. So anyway, what I was saying, which I don't remember now. I don't buy, that's what I was saying. Real expensive stuff, man. I mean, I don't buy kind of like a disposable kind of price where I'm just going to go out and buy some real cheap. You don't want real cheap brushes, man. You don't want real cheap brushes. No, that's just, you might as well forget about that. Like the ones that come in the, the kid thing where it's watercolors and it's the worst brush in the world. You know what I'm saying. But, man, the more I do this, the more I'm doing this figure, and it's coming together for me. I hate to say it, but maybe I won't use that head sculpt. Maybe I'll print a different one. Because I don't know if I want this to be a zombie Batman. I should, though. I should. I got to stick with what I'm doing. That's my problem. That's my problem. Like, oh, no, I can go to the... I got to stick with what I'm doing. I got to stick with what I'm doing. So, here I was switching gears on everything, even my own self. You know what I mean? So, see, this is about... it's getting there. We'll probably put this one down and start the other one, but... See what I mean, though? Can you see? Oh, I'm running out of room here. Oh, my thing's flashing. I'm running out of... Let me stop it, delete something, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I didn't do anything different. All I did was just delete something out of my phone, my camera that I didn't need. Not my phone, but my camera. This is starting to look pretty neat, man. This is starting to look really smooth. Really smooth. Love that raw lumber. So, let's try, see the difference? So you can probably see the difference now. You should be able to see it. I can't tell too much because this light is very bright above me, and you should be able to see the difference. Like I said, it's not a giant difference, but it is a difference to where you come back and hit it with some lighter stuff. But getting some more of this raw umber from Deco Art is really good. Really good. And for a cheaper, less inexpensive acrylic, I tell you, man, you can see it. It's not glop, it's not clumpy or clump. It doesn't clump. The pigment's nice and smooth. There's no, you know, it just goes on well, man. I think this is my brown. Like in the last video I did, my yellow was for Citadel, and I don't even like Citadel. It's the only color so far I came across where I only use yellow from Citadel after trial and error of different paints. So it's odd that, you know, Deco Art, you know, I use only certain colors from Deco Art. Primarily the standard colors, like, you know, black, white, white, I don't know, blue, green, obviously red, purple. That's all Createx. But Vallejo, some of their colors from Vallejo, some of the colors like red. Let me show you. Oh boy. So here's their red. And when you spray it, that's not red. This is not red. This is red. All the way, Createx red. I'm sure, I don't know why, it just says red. Red. So when I got it, I'm like, okay, that's cool. You think it's red when you see it, but when you get it home and you spray it, it has a tad bit of orange in it. Which, if you're going for that look, perfect. But if you want like a red for Superman's cape, that's not the red. That's what I started with. I came home with a pack of those from Hobby Lobby when I first got my airbrush. That's how I discovered that silver. And when I sprayed it over white, because, you know, if you want a bright Superman cape, just for instance, for, you know, just for sake of conversation, how bright do you want your red? You know, when you want Superman's cape, a bright Superman cartoony cape, you don't want a little orange in there, you know? At least I don't. At least I don't. So, yeah, there we go. So Vallejo, though, is another, you can't, hands down, Vallejo, Createx. Createx is good. I'm also cheap. You get 2 ounces opposed to one, like that 1 ounce, you know, in between you get, for $4.99, you get, you know, the 2 ounce. And then when you go to, I keep calling this Warhammer. war paints. Because it's Warhammer that is popular among the miniature guys, and I watch a lot of those videos. I don't like it. I tried it. I can't do the minis. So, you know, $5. Which one you gonna, you know, for a red? Which one you gonna buy? Well, I'm going with the Createx. I don't know about you. I get a whole nother ounce, opposed to the, you know, to their 1 ounce. So now, if I really had a certain color, absolutely, I won't go Createx. Createx was my main, you know, your main artery, so to speak, when it comes to paints. Your main artery. That, like, your main 4 or 5 colors. Yep, Createx is where I'm going. But slowly you build up your paint collection, not because you want to just go out and buy paint. I only build it up as I go when I'm working on a project and I'm looking for a certain color, which is common sense. I mean, I'm not saying something for you like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought you went out and bought all the goddamn paints at one time. No. You can. I mean, hey, if you want to go to the war paint and go buy a giant box for $400 or $300 and you're okay with that, that's great. But I don't see the means of doing that when I'm more into the basic colors. And for a while there, what I would do, which is a pain, I talk to my daughter about all the time, which is a pain, is that you try to mix the color you need from the standard colors. Like she said, and I agree because I tried it for a while, just go buy the color. Just go buy the color. If you're looking for a raspberry pink or whatever it may be, you know, just spend the $5 and you got it forever. Not forever, but you know what I mean. Because how big is the piece you're going to work on depending as well. The pieces I have been doing up until now were these 7-inch and 6-inch. So that those colors will last a long time. They'll go the distance. I'm still going to have to go and hit these buckles with silver, I think. But I probably won't use the go-to silver, my favorite silver. I'll probably use gunmetal or just hit with this metallic gray, I think, with the buckles, I think. Because I don't want them, at least I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I want them really standing out. But I will hit these dots here, if you can see that. I will hit these. I really like when you just dot these with this bright silver. And it's just, I don't know. I've done some Warhammer stuff and some other Batman stuff that I used that, where I just dotted it with the silver, and it just really, you can see, it's like you see it a mile away. It's kind of neat. But I don't know. You're probably saying to yourself, or even if you're making it this far in this boring video, that, man, you're taking a long time and really, it's not really, I can't tell the difference. Well, you can, but you can't, but you really can. And I tell you, when you come back with another color, a lighter brown, this definitely, it's worth the wait and time to go over it and over it and over it, because when you hit it like I'm hitting in the middle of the strap with a lighter color, it looks like the leather has worn and is stretching, you know, because it's in use, you know. So that's what I like about raw umber, at least for me. At least that's the only way now I know how to get to that look without, you know, without going this route. So this just looks good, man. Against that green is great. I love that against that green. We're going to hit up here. I got to clean the brush off. I'm going to clean that brush off there, and we're going to let me hit this with some water. Dry it off, and let's hit this top. Make sure, don't be like me all the time. And I was wondering how you're so deep into your thoughts, because when I paint, I'm usually quiet, but I'm listening to something, but then I don't really hear it after a while, because you just go into your own zone, right? And I don't pay attention what I'm doing. And when I'm picking stuff up and clean it, like right there on my finger, right there, I'll be touching all over the piece I'm doing, and when I get done, I turn it over and I got spots all over it, and I'm like, God, man, that's just, you know, not paying attention. That's what that is. So we're getting to the browns today. We're getting into the browns. got a few unboxings coming up, man. I got these figures laying around. You know, I just don't like doing the unboxing / reviews, man, because I wait to get figures when they come down, man. You know, I finally have the best assortment of turtles, man. I may have to make that the video when I do this unboxing, just unbox all of them. I finally have my favorite assortment where I don't need another turtle. I'm not saying I won't buy anymore, but I don't need another turtle after picking up the I'm going to keep it a big giant secret, which you probably already know. They went quick. They sold quick. But actually, it must have been a second come around in certain areas and certain spots. I was only able to get one. Well, actually, my wife did. She got me one. So that's all I need. Just get me one. It's the only one. And there's my second favorite turtle, Michelangelo. My first favorite turtle is Donatello. So this has turned out well. I like this, man. This is turning out really good, man. Look at this. This is the best. God, raw umber, man. You gotta love raw umber. You know what I'm saying? How do you not love this raw umber? And I know brown's boring, right? See, that's too bright. That's too bright, man. I may have hit these black and then come back in again because it's not working. See the difference, man? It's not working. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I should do that again. I don't know. We'll find out here in a minute. I'm not sure. See, I'm taking chances by getting over this brush here. This brush, taking chances. I know it sounds dumb, but if I do one thing one way, I have to do all of them that way, you know? I'm not the guy that goes to the door and turns it 5 times and then I can open it. I'm not that guy. But I can tell you the truth about something that I think nobody knows. So this is the complete truth. My wife doesn't even know it. My kids don't even know it. And the only way for them to find out, to know it, is if they watch this video. But if not, whoever sees this video and got it this far, you will only know it, not that you care. And I know it's not going to change your day or your thoughts about anything else in the world because I'm telling you a stupid thing about me. But, talking about the door. Let's say I'm looking for a job, for example. Well, you know what? No. Let's just say the truth. This is a good example. I really want this job, right? I want this job. It pays really well, and I don't have to do a lot. It's the easiest way I can get free money without staying home, because I have to go somewhere. I can't just stay home and then pay me. I have to go to a job and they pay me. You know how that goes. So, and I do this about everything. I do this, when I tell you, I do this almost about everything if I'm a little concerned, even to the littlest thing. Even if I'm looking, even it goes this stupid. It goes this silly. Even if I'm looking, it's more important stuff, but it does go it does go deep like this. Man, like for instance, barbecue. Now, if I put this key in the door, and this is the right key to this deadbolt, and not the bottom handle of the door, I'm going to find it. Or, if something's going on, something's bad, something this, something that, like a job, this key, because I got several keys on my ring, if this key is the right key that fits in that door, whether because we have deadbolts with the key and then a door handle key, of course. I put it in. If it doesn't work, then I think, well, I'm not getting it. I've been doing that for years, man. I've been giving myself situations with the door key. And it's the only thing. It's only a door key. It's nothing else. It isn't like, well, if I open up this drawer and there's 5 knives, 4 forks, and 2 spoons. It's only, absolutely only the door key. It's either the deadbolt or the regular door. I still do that to today. I've been doing it since my kids were in diapers, if this fits, if this is the right key, this is going to work out, or that's going to work out, or I don't have to worry about this no more, or this isn't going to happen, or that's going to happen. Do you ever had a scenario where, like, you know, that might happen, you know, I don't know, you got to watch it or something like that, and I go to the door and I put the key in and I say, this is the right key, without thinking about it. It has to be at a spare of the second of the moment. It's going to work. This is the key. Everything's going to be fine. It's weird. And a lot of times I'm like, well, there went that thought. I guess that's not going to work out. I know it's dumb, but I do have that, whatever that's called. I don't know what that's called. If you got a doctor, if you watch this and you're a doctor, or even if you know anything about psychologically shit, let me know what that is, because I don't know what it is. And to tell you the truth, I never Googled it, but I don't know if it's a, you know, whatever it is. But anyway, here we go. We're in the Browns. That was it. Here's the Browns looking good. I think we're almost there. We're almost done. I may have to hit these I don't know if I want to hit those again. You know what? Let's lightly go over these. We're going to call this video a wrap, as Willie used to say at Diamond Chain. I miss Willie. He lost his toes. He lost his feet. At least one of them. Diabetes, baby. Willie's a good guy, man. I like Willie. I miss Willie. I even went to the doctors when he had his damn foot cut off, his leg to his knee. I left work as I was going home. I figured, you know what? I'm just going to try to find this hospital. I missed him by 3 minutes. He went home. I missed him. Never saw him again because I ended up not going back to the job by the time he got back. I miss Willie. Not really like miss him, but, you know, we never hung out or nothing. But there's certain people you come across in life where you know what, that's a good person, man. Good person, man. Even though he had problems with, he first got his toe cut off. They warned him, stop eating that. Everybody at work say, stop eating that, man. Stop going to White Castles. You're in a bad spot. You're in the red. Quit it, you know. Oh, I know. And he stops for a while. Then all of a sudden he comes back with a hamburger. Had his toe cut off. Then after that's the toe cut off, then he had his leg from his foot to his kneecap cut off. And we're like, Willie, you better stop that. And then unfortunately, through the grapevine, talking to a couple people that I kept in contact with for a little while, he had the other leg cut off. So I don't know, man, but I understand it. I've seen, hey, everybody has their things, man, that you just can't shake sometimes, you know. I get it, you know. I can't not eat bad. That's it. I mean, I can't either, but I guess Willie just didn't have the, I don't know. I don't know. He wasn't heavy. He wasn't real overweight, you know. He was a little overweight, but not like you would think. He wasn't really big, you know, like big. Why am I talking about Willie? I don't know. Hope Willie's doing fine. Anyway, Willie doesn't watch this stuff. Willie doesn't even know I do this. So there we go, man. That's a real life, couple real life stories right there, and I think we're going to wrap this up because Willie used to say that's a wrap every day at the end of 3:30. That's a wrap. That's what he said. That's a wrap. That's it. There we go. I think we're good. A lot of wasted paint, but luckily it's not an expensive paint. I was going to go and do the washes on these, but I don't know if I should or not. Should we you know what, before we go, here's the browns. It's starting to look pretty good, man. I probably could hit the top part again with the browns, but I'm not. I think make sure I'm not wet. Let's see here real quick. Really clean, really smooth looking, man. I don't know. You tell me. What should I do? Will the vampire head work with this sculpt? I don't know, maybe. So we're going to put these up on the in the pegs here, like this, and then put them in where they stand up by themselves, so they can not touch anything except air. Which that doesn't make sense. I guess that makes sense because it's truthful. Leave that there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go with some wash before we leave. We're going to go with some wash, and we'll get you out of here because I know you guys are like, please end that video. Please end that video. And I can't blame you. So here we go. I may come in, depends how this looks. I may come in later. If I do, I'll tell you on the next video if I make one. Because I'm not sure about these type of videos, you know what I mean? Here I'm getting it on my fingers where I'm going to touch the piece and get it on the piece. See what I mean? That's what see, that's where I mess up. Then I don't pay attention. Shaked it up. I already shook it up. Got some wash here. I try to make wash, but I can't make it, so I just buy it. So we're going to go here. Here's what they look like right now. They already did these silver. Like I said, I already. Now, if I put some satin on here, this is a nice satin, by the way, if you want to paint some stuff on that are that's small. I think I already said that, I think. If not on the Warhammer, that's what I used with this satin. I could satin this out, and that silver is going to pop. So I may do this, and then put satin on it, see where we're at. And then after that, I may go back in and just tadly hit it with some more of this amazing silver. That silver is the best stuff in the world. So we're going to come in here. I'm not going to be too careful. I'm just going to be like, you know, I mean, if this Batman was actually a real crime fighter, which I guess he could be, or a, I don't know, Dragon Slayer. I don't know. I'm not into that either too much. I'm trying to get these parts in here darker with this wash because I want the other parts to stand out. So here we go. We'll see how this goes. I don't know. It looks okay. Down here. Maybe here. Right here. Maybe between here. Look at that. Like a professional. Yeah, right? In here. In here. In here if you can see it. Maybe I'll zoom this in when I edit. In here. You see what I'm doing. Gotta get this over here. Really putting it on too. I'm really putting it on there. Maybe up here. Maybe more than one coat. I don't know. I think I may have to. We'll see if this looks any different. I can see a difference. I can see a difference. With my brush. We'll hit the other one. Let that dry. Come through here. Real simple. Not that I need to show you how to do this. I need somebody to show me how to do it. So I think the wash is really going to let these gauntlet pieces stand out. In my mind, I think this is sort of like he's hardcore. These belts aren't belts. They're sheet metal is the way I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Sheet metal. So, real simple, man. There we are. Put some in here. Put some there. Put some there. And I can always hit a wash again, you know, when I'm done, you know? Over the whole thing, you know, even through here, you know, cracks and stuff. Let's do that. Let's go nuts. Let's get silly. Let's go crazy with the wash. Try to fix my horrible painting skills. There we go. Look at that. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me separating everything on there. So, I don't know if I'm going to go... let me see here. See where we're at here. Usually I have the hairdryer back here for this reason, so I don't have to wait. Let's see here. You know what I'm going to have to do, right? You know I'm going to have to hit the silver now, right? I'm going to have to bring out the silver. Can't wait for the silver, man. I may have to do a little editing and maybe... Because I didn't want to edit none of these videos, man. I just wanted to put them out there and have them run and have them go, you know? I may need the hairdryer just to dry this thing out. So what's what we're going to do? Let me get the hairdryer. We're going to cut it right here. Alright, now that I think I got it dry, I may have to, let's get a little bit of that silver going. Just a little bit, alright? We'll do that and I promise we're out of here. I'm trying to get that, I don't know what kind of look going on. Let's see here. I hope I don't mess it up, because sometimes I push it too far and it just was not the best thing to do. Let's see. Like I said, this is a demanding silver, man. Gotta be careful. This silver's demanding. Let's see here. There we are. There we go. There we are. That's the way to go. I'm going... There we go. I think that's it. I think that's it. I'm going vertical, if that's the word I'm looking for, not horizontal. Is that the word I'm looking for? You tell me. There we go. I may have to hit some more wash on here. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. But I think when I put that satin on here, that's going to be it. That's what I'm saying. This is okay. So there we go. That's it. It's all she wrote. I'm telling you. This looks a lot better with the sun not beaming on it. In a way, it looks good with the sun the light above me. This looks good, man. From back here, where I can see it, looks pretty good, man. So anyway, we're getting there. We're still not there yet. We still got some things to do. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you want me to keep doing these. If they're boring, I get it, man. I don't know. I get it. It's kind of boring, but until then, man, appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.